why losing friends is a big problem for children. The main reason is because friendship is an important part of children's definitions of children and childhood. Regardless of their age or their social background, girls and boys portray a child as someone who plays, but to be able to play, they need someone who play with them or you. So you need a friend. Without a friend, it's difficult to fulfill the role of child and to quote them, to be a real child. So playing with someone, it's at the heart of the full-time occupation of being a child. This quote is from Chamboredon and Prévost, and it was the first French researcher who worked on the definition of childhood. And I like the idea of occupation of being a child because it's different of being a student. They didn't say and do the same thing. So, but in this occupation of being a child, it's the main preoccupation is having friends or becoming friends, and it's very important. How children lose their friend? In most cases, this happens in three situations. The first one is when children fight about a game of rules of the game. Usually this loss is temporary because they become friends again at the next playtime or after the adults have settled the dispute. So it's 10 or 15 minutes after the dispute, generally. So the second is, the second is more important. It's when they do stupid things according to their educators. By being reprimanded by adults, they can lose their good reputation. Adults, especially during the playtime, have the power to do and undo children's value and reputation in the eyes of their peer. I think I highlight in my dissertation that the teacher, when they said a child is not good at school or he makes a lot of stupid things, this child didn't have a lot of friends after because their children accord a lot of attention and importance what the adult think or think about children. So they can do and undo children's reputation, and there is a lot of consequences on childhood market of friendships and lovers. So, and the last situation ends when they start to have cooties. I don't know if you know what cooties is. It's poo and it's have cooties. Bugs, cooties. And cooties is, it's anthropologists who say that, and it's when you have cooties, you can contamine all your people that are around you. So you have to avoid them, and the children stay all alone during the recess or during playtime. So it's very helpful for them because they cry a lot in this situation. When they have cooties, they need help. They ask help to adults to make them new friends. They ask a lot, and they ask me a lot to do that. And this is very. We can have some quotes here. Clarence says, "I hate Pam. She's fat, she's ugly, and besides, she's eating her boogers all the time." That's right. I promise you. My friend and I, we try to avoid her all day long, because if other children saw you next to this person, they make fun of you, and you have to not you have to, but you have the risk to become to get cooties too. And the second one is also interesting. Clay told me one time that Tom and his friend, it's the most popular guy in the school, are my worst enemy in the world. They do not stop mocking me and calling me names. They say I'm stupid and I have cooties and that I would contaminate them if I played with them. They are really mean to me. But the situation are really current in school. And but what is important is who are the children who have cooties or who are avoid. Generally, usually, there are three kinds of children. It's the working class children, black children, and girls. Girls have a lot of cooties, and it's boys say they are cooties when they play to chase and kiss, and the kissing is a way to pass down these cooties, to transmit it to them. So working class children have cooties, but because several times according to the other children, they smell like dog. They say they smell like dog. They are very dirty because their habit, no, not habit, their clothes are very dirty. So that is a reason to have cooties or to not have a good hygiene. Hygiene. Sorry. So, but this cooties or having cooties is really interesting because this game, according to children, but it's not a game for people who have cooties. But this game participates to segregate the children in the playground. We can see it's. That projects and reproduces the gender order, the social order, and then the racial order. Because black people, because they are black is the color of dirty for most of children. So black people are mainly deconsidered by the other children because they are black. And the color of skin, especially in France, because we don't have a school. My school was not so racially mixed. So there are many children who are white. So when they saw children who is a child who is black, they mock him because of its skin color. To conclude to this brief presentation, I would like to highlight Mary Douglas' quotation and the role of dirty or cooties in social reproduction and in social hierarchy during childhood. She said dirt is never a unique, isolated event. Where there is dirt, there is a system. Dirt is a byproduct of a systematic ordering and classification on matter, insofar as ordering involves rejecting inappropriate elements. And we can also use exactly the same thing by using dirty instead of dirt and maters, and we can replace children by maters. I think it applies for children and for people. If there are dirty people are in the on the back or the not top less bottom, thank you, of the social hierarchy, and it's the reason why they keep them aside from the main event or the main children's play because of the dirty. And what was really interesting is when I asked them what are the three main features that they make you hate children. Dirty was the second one, before stupid, but after ugly. Just the second one.